lot of enthusiasm in the crowd, and these are all supporters of the Aam Aadmi Party who have come out here. Freezing evening. But tell me, when you heard about the result, were you expecting this kind of result?
Not really. I was expecting that Aam Aadmi Party will win with a majority, but this is just a humiliating and desiccating defeat for the BJP, and I'm really thrilled about it.
Okay. What about you, ma'am? Were you expecting 67 seats?
I wasn't, but I couldn't sleep whole night. I got up at 3 a.m. early in the morning, and then I was like, when we saw it cruising over and over 60, we were like jumping that it's over 60.
You woke up at 3 in the morning to watch the election.
Yeah, I couldn't sleep. I woke up at 1 a.m. and I said, oh God, it's only 1. Then at 2, oh God, it's only 2. And at 3 a.m., like both of us were out and like,
And we were
my
talking
God.
with our friends in India, chatting it together and enjoying the show together.
So this is hardcore enthusiasts. These are hardcore enthusiasts. What about you, sir? I hope you have not been awake since 3 in the morning.
No, I was also awake the whole night, so I've just went for my office and came back as well. Yeah. It's
You
a
are a
lot.
really hardcore enthusiast.
I mean, it's as an NRI, when we are in India, we don't actually know the value of India.
Yeah.
When you come out, when you don't have something, that's when you feel attached to it.
Yeah.
So as an
Were you expecting 67?
no, definitely nowhere. I was expecting around 30 to 45,
Yeah.
and I was worried whether BJP would be buying some of our candidates, things like that.
Yeah.
Now at this stage,
Yeah.
if they want, they can buy now. So we can throw a few to at them. So
Okay, what about you, sir? Were you
Absolutely not. Yesterday just we were discussing in office that what's going to happen, and I was telling him that it will be 51.
Yeah.
He was saying 45, but I was saying 51. And when I said 51, he was like, 51? Are you sure? And morning when it was like 67, it's unbelievable. We are so happy.
You had a bet?
yeah, we did have a bet.
You
We
had
did
a
have a
bet,
bet.
yeah. So who's won? You
I won, of course. He said 45, I said 51. So we decided whoever is closer wins. So I was closer.
you didn't bet.
I didn't bet, but
We were
because
sure. I mean, there was no difference of opinion. We both were sure, so that's why there was no
and
reason of
Yogendra Yadav prediction was 51, and I mean Yogendra Yadav is such an experienced person.
We were
and
believing his prediction,
so I
and
was
that's
like,
why
no, it's 51 we will get that. And at that time, even 51 was like, oh, 51.
Yeah.
And now 51 sounds so small. It's like 67. It's like enormous.
If you're writing a to-do list and sending it to Mr. Kejriwal, what would be at the top of your list?
We cannot afford a single more rape in Delhi. So that is the utmost priority. Anything else can come below it because rape shouldn't happen from now. So that is the utmost priority.
Women's safety. What about you, sir?
For me, I would prefer Aam Aadmi Party gets the basics rights because, as you know, last time when BJP was ruling, just an onion price changed the whole factor. So I want Aam Aadmi Party to make sure the lower class and the middle class, the basic needs is taken care.
Right. Okay. So women's safety, price rise. What about you, sir?
Yeah, I think for me the most important part is they need to make sure that whatever ideas they come with, it needs to be implemented properly at the ground level.
Yeah.
Because we have seen this far often that government comes up with an idea and that is implemented, is all done.
Yeah.
Like this gas subsidy thing we talk about.
Yeah.
Mr. Modi is saying everything is done and he has created so many accounts and everything is fine. My own house in India, my mom is going to this gas company for last 2 months to get the gas reconnection. It's not happening. Every day
Conversion of promises into real action on the ground.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, what about you, sir? What's on the top of your to-do list?
I think Delhi should set an example for rest of the nation, and I think for me corruption is a very big issue, and that should be taking priority over anything else. And the root of all other problems ultimately lie onto corruption. So if we take hold of corruption and eliminate it, then we will get rid of most of the problems. So I think that comes on top of my list.
Now, it's a really cold evening here, but Trafalgar Square is not a stranger to some really spirited and enthusiastic people landing up here, even if it's 0 degrees. And here I'm gathered with some really enthusiastic and spirited supporters of the Aam Aadmi Party. These are regular NRIs, people who have made UK their home. They're engineers, doctors, other professionals who really feel for the Aam Aadmi Party and have actually in many ways helped out the party as well. Tell me, sir, we've been speaking to lots of NRIs about the Aam Aadmi Party, about the reasons why they swept to power. What to you is the one reason that really worked in favor of the Aam Aadmi Party?
I think the major thing is people, they were expecting more from BJP when the BJP came in power, but they've shown their failure and people they have.
When you say people, were you expecting the BJP to do more as well?
Yeah, especially me. I was expecting more from BJP as per they promised,
Yeah.
and I
Like what? What's that one thing that you're really disappointed?
like
Which one?
the promise they made, like for the corruption, we will do the 100 days and we can bring the money back. There are a lot of things like we will do the farmers, like the land bill acquisitions, and they are relaxing the land bill acquisition, and people don't know about what land bill acquisition. They are like relaxing for the like big corporates, and that's kind of fishy.
The broken promises of the BJP government at the center.
Yeah, right.
That's one reason. What about you, sir? One big reason what that went in
The one most important reason about the constant negative, always with the curving Kejriwal, like showing about the
negativity in the campaign.
About the campaign, the main factor. That's the easiest task for the Aam Aadmi Party for the victory. You know, if they don't do the negative campaign, they only focusing about the development. That's what Arvind Kejriwal.
Appeal to people like you and other
Because
voters.
when you are doing some negativity things on someone other, because you are not a clean, so you are not throwing a mess on someone else. So better you first create yourself. You are in the power with the 9 months, so you should have to take your responsibility for
So
that.
broken promises, a really negative campaign from the other parties. What about you, sir? What really went, you think, in favor of the Aam Aadmi Party?
Yeah, they have seen the change of 49 days. Like what all has worked in those 49 days, the corruption level came down to 40 to 50% down, and the inflation has control. And the thing is, the
Real change,
middle class
which
and
kind of
lower
worked.
middle class, everyone was getting what they deserve. Everybody was getting their share. Like nobody was getting exploited. Unfortunately, the thing is, the conventional parties, they were exploiting innocent Indian citizens, and they're not providing proper health care, no education.
Okay. We'll come back to you. What about you, sir? What's that one thing you feel really worked in the favor of the party?
I think the major thing is the volunteer. The volunteer, which is different from BJP and Aam Aadmi Party. If you look at the volunteer BJP worker, I mean they're not at all happy with the parachuting the CM candidate. They're most of the ground level volunteer. I mean the worker are gone. But with the Aam Aadmi Party, they have a volunteer all over the world. The work is totally divided. Some of them are doing maintaining a website. Some are doing a donor calling. Some of them are doing a calling to the
High
voter.
enthusiasm among volunteers.
If you look at because I was in Delhi that time, I have seen the carnival type of environment in street of the Delhi. All were dancing, singing.
Yeah,
It almost feels like a startup,
Yeah.
right? It feels like a startup IT company or
Yeah,
something.
the most important thing is like we are not paid workers. We have a passion,
Yeah.
and we love what we do, and we want to pay back to the country. We want to change the country. We want to change the system. Like what all facilities we have got here, we want the same facilities to our Indian citizens, to our fellow mates there. So that's
I
the
wanted
reason
to
we
ask
want
you a
to-
question about that.
We don't know one thing. If you look at the quality of volunteer, most of the volunteers are from IIM, IITs and all. So we work as like a, what do you call it? Everything is a very planned way.
Very efficient team.
Efficient, and you can
Tell me, as an NRI, how many years have you lived here, sir?
almost 6 years.
Why did you decide? I mean, you've been here now for 6 years. A lot of people would say you're quite well settled here in England. Why volunteer for a party in India?
That's our motherland, and we want India to be proud. We want India to be so that we can be proud of India. And and after coming here, I realized that the things over here is quite stable. Everything is very well managed. Then I realized why these things can't happen in India.
What to you is going to be the biggest challenge for the Aam Aadmi Party and for Mr. Kejriwal as he comes into power? What do you think is going to be a real big challenge?
So the real big challenge will be to deliver all the promises.
Yes.
And second big challenge, I think it's like to provide a proper education to everyone.
Yeah.
Because to make a country from developing to develop, you should provide a basic education to everyone. So that would be one of the
Delivery of promises, education. So very briefly, in one sentence, what's that big challenge?
I think this is an opportunity for the Kejriwal. This is the opportunity to show them how do we run the governments and how we can run the governments within the last 49 days. So this is the opportunity to show the another governments we can prove that one. So there is no need to got a lot of ministers and stuff without the VIP culture.
What to you is the big challenge? What
big challenge
the
is-
real difficult thing that you think you're not so sure whether he'll actually be able to deliver?
About the water and electricity, about this is
What about you, sir? One
Yeah.
big challenge.
Yeah, good question. The one most big challenge in India is critics. Like he has to understand, he has to know how to manage the critics.
Yeah.
because I know he is honest and he will deliver. If he says something, he is committed to that and he will do it. So managing critics is very important. It's a big challenge.
You didn't mean media, no?
No, I don't. I don't
of
mean.
course
No,
not,
no,
of
no.
course.
Yeah, no, no.
Okay,
As I said to you, the thing is,
no,
like,
I'm teasing.
they
I'm
have-
teasing.
no,
They are too much expected. They think that the thing is going to change over the night, so they have to wait for 5 years.
Expectations. If Kejriwal and the Aam Aadmi Party actually delivers on their promises, how many of you are willing to go back to India and maybe work for the party? And raise your hands. Who else?
I'm not going to work for the party. I mean, I'm not a politician, so I'm not going to work for the
Will
party.
you move back to India? How many of you will move back to India?
We are planning to move back to India, but
Going back in India is a question about as an Indian. We feel our country should be nice than the country like the Western countries. So we are trying to hard to make the people aware, and we are trying to make a clean politics.
But which one of you will move back
Yeah,
to
I mean,
India
thing
if
is,
it becomes
I'm-
like
I'm
I'm
England?
planning to move back. I mean,
moving
it's a-
back anyway.
yeah. Anyway, I'm moving back, and then it's not going to join the politics. I'm very good. I want to settle in what I'm doing right now. So
Yeah,
Okay, there you go. So do
the
tell
thing
us.
is, I'm planning to purchase house in Delhi now. Yeah.
that's a good idea.
It is. It is.
It's easy job now to buy the house now. You don't need to pay black money.